Hi, my name's Steve Thatcher. Thank you for either visiting or coming back to my Help with Debt channel. Please listen to the short video that I'm going to make now, and then contact me on 0808 160 5577. Today's talk is on the effects of bankruptcy. When people contact me, they generally have concerns in 5 main areas about the effect of becoming bankrupt. The first one is what will happen to their home. Well, if you've got to own a property, when you're made bankrupt, your share of the equity in the property automatically vests in your trustee. He then has up to 3 years to realise that value. Now, you should take steps to deal with the property if you wish to retain it. If you're bankrupt and your spouse has a joint interest but is not made bankrupt, then their share of the property is not affected. Whether there is any equity or not, we can advise you what you need to do to keep the property if you so wish. If there is no equity in the property, a spouse or another party will be able to buy back your share for a nominal pound plus costs of about 250. If you live in tenanted property and you rent it from the council or a housing association, your rights will remain unaffected as long as you continue to pay your rent. Now, a private landlord may have a clause in the tenancy agreement, but if you've been a good tenant and pay your rent and will continue to do so, we can see no reason why the landlord should have a problem with you being bankrupt. It is an important consideration when comparing an IVA and a bankruptcy with regard to the property. In an IVA, it is now a condition that if it is at all possible, any equity that is accrued in the property should be mortgaged out in year 4. So if you're in an IVA or considering an IVA, please discuss this with your supervisor. Now, secondly, people want to know what will happen to their job. For most people, bankruptcy will have no effect on their job. Certain professionals may be debarred, and those in financial services will need to take advice from their governing bodies. You will be precluded from acting as a company director during the duration of the bankruptcy, which is usually a year. For anyone else, please check your contract of employment, and that should make it clear if bankruptcy has an effect upon you. Thirdly, most people want to know what will happen to their bank account. Well, your bank account may be frozen when the bank is made aware of your bankruptcy. They will transfer any money in that bank account to the official receiver. We can advise you how to deal with this prior to declaring yourself bankrupt. There are many banks now which offer a basic bank account which will be adequate for all your daily banking needs. Fourthly, people often ask me what will happen to my pension. Well, if you're in an approved scheme, your pension will be untouchable. You will be allowed to continue to make payments into any scheme as part of your employment conditions. Each official receiver will take a view as to whether and what amounts he will allow into a private scheme. And finally, people say, well, what will happen to my car in bankruptcy? Well, the official receiver will disclaim any interest in any vehicle with a value of less than £2,000. If you have more than £2,000 equity in a vehicle, the official receiver may wish to sell that vehicle, but he will give you £2,000 to purchase an alternative vehicle. For couples who jointly own a vehicle and are both declaring themselves bankrupt, then each has a £2,000 allowance, providing both are working or looking for work. So if you're worried about the effects of bankruptcy, especially in these 5 particular areas, please give me a call, 0808 160 5577, or email me at sthatcher@helpwithdebtuk.com. Thank you for listening. Speak to you soon. Bye.